The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycon.
Live from Boom Bas, the Southern Indiana High School basketball preview on Glycon. Welcome to Jeffersonville. I'm Chris Labar. Andrew Grants, Todd Carter to my immediate left. Gentlemen, it's going to be a fun 2 hours. We're going to talk 12 high school boys basketball programs. Clark and Floyd County should be a very interesting evening as this season ramps up.
Absolutely. You talk about the talent in our area and the teams ahead of us this season. It's going to be a very fun, exciting season with some teams, a couple teams in the area we'll talk about got a chance to be very dominant.
Todd, what storyline are you most interested in here in the first, say, month of the season?
It's a toss-up between new coaches and old coaches back in spots. So that's one. And the second one's a lot of Division I talent running around Southern Indiana. So those are the two biggies. How will those players start out of the gate?
So glad you joined us tonight. Again, we're going to talk with 12 programs. Jason Jones, head coach of New Albany, joins us next. We're just getting started. Southern Indiana High School basketball preview from Glycon.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the neighbors first before buying a house. What? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycon.
Back live at Boom Bas. Jason Jones is in the leadoff spot, third-year head coach at New Albany. Jason, welcome. What are you most excited about this year, man?
Yeah, no, I think anytime year 3 is always just a little bit smoother. You know, the system's kind of in place, and I think for us this year, all these guys we have coming back have only played for me, so I feel like our togetherness and things like that are really good, and we've just hit the ground running, so definitely excited about that for sure.
What have been some of your key emphasis in the offseason, some really key points that you focused on improving the most from last season?
Yeah, I think for us it's really about defense and rebounding. I mean, the last 2 years we've scored it at a pretty high rate, and I think to improve, get out of sectionals, we just have to continue to get better defensively and rebounding the ball for sure.
Coach, in terms of building this program to where you want it to be eventually, how close do you feel like you are?
I think we're close. I mean, we've got a lot of young talent now, and we're really good all the way back into the 5th, 6th grade. So I think kind of those building blocks you need to be successful year in and year out are starting to fall into place right now.
Coach, talk about the young talent. What about sometimes when you have young talent, there's a void of leadership. Do you have some guys that are stepping into that leadership role for you specifically?
Yeah, I think that's a big difference for us as well. We just have great leadership on this team. Our 2 seniors, TJ and Braxton, bring a lot of leadership. And then we have a couple of juniors, Seth and Reese, who are very vocal type players. And, I think that really shows in our togetherness that the guys are all on the same page and they're able to challenge each other when necessary, encourage each other when necessary. And so I feel really good about that right now.
Let's welcome in 3 New Albany High School student athletes. We'll start on the far right. That is TJ Washington. TJ,
Yes,
senior year, big year for you, huh?
Yes, sir.
What's it like to represent the prideful New Albany program?
Yes, sir. It's good. I think it's. I really like all the fans, how they just show out to every game, and I just feel like that's a big way to support and make me play better.
So my question, if you could just kind of go down the row for each of you guys, what is one aspect of each of your games individually that you've been focusing most on improving this offseason?
I've been focusing on ball handling and shooting mostly off season.
I'd say when I went to USA, and also Coach Jones taught me this, my off-ball defense needs to get a little better. And I think over the summer that was a key emphasis, but also going into this season for sure, because we don't have guys like Chris Lampkins to clean up for us anymore.
I'll say defensive rebounding and offensive rebounding, and like Coach Jones said, just more leadership, vocal-wise.
Noah, what has the offseason been like for you personally in terms of all the travels and the competition that you face? What's that been like?
It's been awesome. I mean, as a basketball player, you can't ask for anything more than that. I mean, you want to be traveling, you want to be playing kids just as good as you, and that's what I've been doing. I mean, 3SSB, I played some of the top talent in the nation, and even on my team, you can find kids that are just, insanely good. And then you come back to New Albany, we had a good summer in June. At Charlie Hughes, we took down Noblesville. That's a really good team, so I think just the main focus for the offseason was getting ready for the main season that's coming up now.
Coach, what are these guys like to coach?
This group is, I think one thing as a coach, you have a chance when you enjoy being around your guys. And this is a really fun group to be around. They're going to bring it every day, but also keep some focus and some perspective. And, they're a great group to coach and a lot of fun to be around every day.
Talking about fun, how about a fun question here for the guys? Dunk contests for the entire team. Who's taking away the trophy?
I ain't going to. I think I'm going to go Seth.
I'm taking Ashton.
Oh, wow.
Me. I'm winning. Come on. That was the right answer from those two. That's what they should have said.
What goals do you have for the New Albany team this year?
Of course, winning state championship. But first, we got to win a sectional and rebound more, get out in transition.
Like TJ said, obviously we want to win state. Neither of us have won a sectional while we were here, so we want that. And I think it's wide open. I think we can get it.
I'd just say toughness and togetherness, really, because I think in big games like that, especially in championship games, I think at the end, when it comes down to it, I think it's how close your team is and how well y'all can play under those stressful conditions.
Coach, if you could describe this team so far, I know we're only a few days into practice, but if you could describe them so far in just one or a couple words, what would that be and why?
Yeah, I think togetherness right now is the way I would describe them. I think not only on the court, but they all get along really well off the court, which, in all honesty, is pretty rare for your team to get along across the board. Even in practice today, we walked out of there just kind of amazed at the ball movement and just the unselfishness, guys passing up good shots for great shots and nobody being selfish about getting their own shots, just finding the open guy, and I think our togetherness right now is pretty good.
Describe your schedule, Coach, in terms of who's you're going to await you this year.
Yeah, we really beefed up the schedule. We go to the shootout at Brownsburg. We play Plainfield, who will be a really high-level team with high-level players. We go to the Fishers Classic, which will be, we open with Lawrence Central there. They're going to be really, really good. We go to Lawrence North. We added Cathedral coming to our place late in the year. Silver Creek's obviously going to be really, really good. So, and then the conference is always solid. And so I think there's just no off nights. We're going to have to bring it every single night for sure.
Got to be exciting for you, though, right? That's what you want as a coach with this talent.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to have easy nights or nights you're going to win. And I think these guys are ready for that level of just preparing every single day. and just keeping one game at a time. That helps you stay focused too. When you have 6, 7, 8 games that you feel really confident about, sometimes you overlook a team or whatever, and if we do that, we get beat. And so we have to really focus in on one game at a time.
For the players, any specific game for you guys that you've got marked out on the schedule that you're looking most forward to?
Me, of course, Jeff, but besides them, I'll say Lawrence North.
I say Silver Creek.
I'd say Jeff and Silver Creek because those are just two main teams that smacked us last year, and I'm just looking forward to trying to get them back.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Coach, thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely appreciate you guys and all you do for the sport. Appreciate it.
We'll step aside. Cal McEwen coaching his alma mater of Clarksville. We'll find out about the Generals right after this. Live from Boom Boss, it's Glycod.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison. Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program continues to make a difference in development and school readiness with children from birth to age 5. As a proud community partner, Cassie is more than childcare because they also help families seek success, combat hunger, and afford housing. Visit 201 East 15th Street in Jeff or check out their array of programs at cassie1.org. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start. Helping people, changing lives.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com. Celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Motor vehicle safety is important for everyone, especially young children. Having the proper child restraint systems in place, particularly for children under 4 or weighing less than 40 pounds, will keep a child safe and comfortable when traveling in the car. The Clark County Health Department provides free inspections to ensure proper installation of any car seat. To make an appointment, phone 812-282-7521. A message from the Clark County Health Department funded by Health First Indiana. You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Back live at Boom Boss, half off cheese sticks tonight. We're at 1450 Veterans Parkway in Jeff. Up next, Calvin McEwen, head coach of Clarksville, joins us. And, Coach, when the alma mater calls, you can't turn them down, can you?
You got to take it.
That's right. What was that process like for you?
Last year coming back on staff, prior to that, I was helping after I got done playing, came back. My dad was the varsity coach at the time, so kind of got on board with his staff when he was no longer coaching. I still wanted to be around the game, still had a passion for it, so I had to find a way to pivot, and that ultimately took me to officiating some local basketball, and then had the opportunity to come back, be on staff as a JV coach last year. When the opportunity came about, that's just something you can't say no to.
Well, let me tell you, I coached against this guy whenever he was in 8th grade. Makes me feel old, and me and his dad had some battles back in the day. Your dad was a real defensive-minded guy. What about you on the defensive end, bringing that same kind of toughness, or philosophies different in some ways?
Philosophies will definitely be similar, but with anybody, no two people are going to have the same perspective on the game. So there will be some differences, but we want to make it as tough as we possibly can for, teams that put the ball in the basket. And that's not always taking shots away. That's understanding what actions other teams don't do so well and trying to put them in positions where we're taking away what they do well and force them to kind of do some of the things they don't do so well. We'd also like to put the ball in the basket a little bit too.
Well, I think I'm going to ask these young men next to me a question, and that is, thanks for coming out, and what has new coach talked about you guys working on through the summer and into this early preseason as you get ready for the season? What sorts of things are you working on personally?
We're really just working on trying to get shots, trying to get plays for everyone. We're trying to just, play our game, I guess. That's really all I got.
Okay.
We've focused on shooting the ball a lot of shots, like so many shots over summer. It was kind of crazy. My arms would hurt after. We would do a lot of running into the shots, so we're shooting when we're tired. And we want to play fast this year, so we really focus on being in shape, playing fast, getting shots up, making shots. And, yeah.
Tell me. So what were those workouts like? Give me just a little brief look into what those workouts were like.
I would go home and basically take like a 3-hour nap. It was so exhausting. I was so tired. So much running. A lot more running than we did last year, which, not very fun, but I know it's good for the team and we need it, so.
Guys, I know last year didn't have a lot of success on the floor, but how excited are you to have a new opportunity this year to improve?
I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a great year for us, and I think everybody on the team is just ready to get back to playing.
Kind of to build off what Jerm said, I think everybody's excited to play. It's been a long wait, and we kind of just want to show everybody that last year was just a fluke, and it's not going to happen again.
Coach, to you, being your first year, I know it takes a lot of time to install exactly how you want it to be. At the end of the year, let's say your team's playing exactly how you want them to. What does that look like?
To put it in a nutshell, it's a practical game, so there are a million different ways to skin the cat, but ideally we'd like to play fast. Try to find advantages early offensively, have some actions that we like to get into, and just get guys the ball in spots where they can be successful. And also, in my humble opinion, the best players are the ones that not only win but make other people better. So just really having an emphasis offensively on, we want to put the ball in the basket, but at the end of the day, it's okay to make plays for other people too. And defensively, like I said, to kind of circle back to that, we just want to make it as hard as we possibly can for the other team to get into the actions that they like and to kind of take away some of the stuff that they do well. So offensively, play fast. We want to throw the ball ahead, try to find advantages early, and defensively really buckle down and get the ball back without taking out of the net a ton.
You've added Jason Connell to your staff, former Clarksville coach. Talk about that relationship and what do you expect from him on the bench?
I love that guy. So for me personally, being able to bring him back, just from the relationship that I have with him, he makes it enjoyable. He makes it fun to have him there. It's a familiar face, somebody that is going to be accountable and loyal to you and also our program and our guys. So, and just from an experience aspect, playing underneath him, he's had success as a coach. He's been a couple different places. And, there are a lot of things, one-off things that come off. So just having that experience, he's somebody that you can go to, bounce things off of, and also kind of get a perspective or another perspective on how you might want to deal with a particular situation and kind of take that advice and, use it to navigate the situation the best way you see fit.
Let's ask the young men a little more of a fun question, and that is, what's your favorite either hype song or pregame sort of hype thing that you like to do to get ready for a ball game?
I don't really listen to any specific songs. I just, listen to whatever put on.
Any other pregame ritual, though, that's kind of a hype thing, gets you going?
Just, get hype with the team.
I don't really do anything before a game. When I get to the school, that's when I really tone in and I just sit in my locker and I'm like, it's about time to play this game. Don't listen to music, and I get on the floor and I'm ready to warm up and just go.
Calvin, what do those young men bring to your program?
They mean a lot to me, and they definitely bring a lot across multiple fronts to our program. With me being a first-year head coach, I couldn't ask for a better group, and specifically these two guys, what they bring kind of encapsulates what our group brings to the table. They show up every single day. They want to learn. They're willing to work hard, and they do whatever you ask them to do. These guys will run through a wall for us in our program, and realistically, you want guys that are skilled but for me, I want guys that want to learn, they want to work hard, and they're willing to buy into something bigger than themselves. And that's exactly what these guys have done every single day through the off-season, preseason, and through these first 3 days of practice. So I'm excited for the success that they're getting ready to have and the success that they're going to help our team have moving forward.
All right, to you guys, competition time here. 3-point contest. The whole team, who's winning it?
I really think it could be me on a good day, but I'd probably have to give it to him.
It's me 100% of the time. 100% of the time.
What about Coach? I know he can still ball. Does he fit in this or no?
Nah, Coach is a little rusty.
Well, guys, thanks so much for your time and all the best this year, Calvin. Thank you.
We appreciate you guys having us and giving our program an opportunity to kind of have the spotlight shown on us for a little bit.
So glad to see Clarksville join us tonight. We've got Logan Miles and New Wash. More coverage straight ahead. You're watching the Southern Indiana High School Basketball Preview on Glycod.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Teresa Lamb in New Albany today.
Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas that claims hundreds of lives and makes thousands ill each year without warning. CO can be produced from grills, furnaces, even the fumes in your car. It can build up indoors and poison anyone who breathes it. But keeping your home well ventilated and purchasing carbon monoxide alarms from any hardware or home improvement store can reduce your risk from this invisible danger. This message is funded by the Floyd County Health Department.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Hold the microphone.
Time to get acquainted with Logan Miles. He is seated to the left of Andrew Grants, the head coach of New Washington. Welcome, Coach.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. How excited are you for year 2?
Oh, we're ready for it.
Why?
I mean, I just think we have a really great group of kids. We lost a couple, but we returned, 7 guys, and I think that it's a really strong core group of 3 seniors and about 5 sophomores and a freshman that I think they're gonna make a really big impact this year for us.
Coach, this offseason, the summer basketball, what did you see specifically that gives you confidence going into this season?
I think it's just a lot of just the growth that we saw from year 1 to year 2, just especially in a lot of those sophomores. I mean, as freshmen, they were really thrown into the fire. Just due to injuries, we kind of had to play a lot younger, a lot sooner than what we thought we were going to have to. And I just think that their growth, just from the beginning of the year to the end, and then also just the jump that they made over the summer, is really promising.
All right, we're going to bring in some New Wash players here, and guys, let's. I just heard you say that you guys were both injured last year, so let's just talk about what your process has been like coming through the summer to get ready for this season, especially coming off an injury. Just each of you can take a turn.
I had to go through a lot of PT on the off season and just developing back, getting back into it. I played the first 3 games, and then I had to set the entire time, so I was really just trying to get back in the role of slowing the game down and trying to stay mature with it.
Yeah, I missed the entire basketball season due to a shoulder injury and summer ball, so I really had a lot of PT and just working back to get my shot and everything.
Guys, how hard was that for you to not be able to play last year?
It was really hard knowing that we had seniors that were going out and I couldn't be there to help them. We had a bunch of freshmen that did great their first year, and they're going to do even better this year. And it's also nice that we're here to combine with those sophomores to hopefully have a winning season this year.
Yeah, it was really hard just knowing, growing up with the senior class last year, and knowing, always talking about that was our year to win it, and just not being able to do it with them.
Coach, you talked about last year playing a young group. Obviously, there's going to be some growing pains with that, but a lot of really good lessons learned along the way. What are some specific lessons that you guys kind of faced last year with that young group that you're going to carry forward to this group?
I think it was also a lot of it was just not just the speed and the pace of the game, but also the physicality of it. I think it motivated a lot of those guys to stay in the weight room, and just you can see physically that they look stronger, and they've over the summer, and then also just our first couple of days of practice and through limited contact, they've really shown that they've just that growth and the maturity in the game that they got.
Well, guys, let's ask you this. Do you personally have anything in particular you do to prepare for a ball game that may be different than your teammates? How do you get prepared?
Normal warm-ups like usual, but always just talking to friends, family, just getting ready mentally. It's very important to everybody in the community family, but you always also got to remember you can't hype yourself up too much in ways. So just having a stable mental space is very important before a game.
I like to eat me some food first, then put my headphones on, listen to my Adele, and then talk to my teammates and get ready.
Hold on. So what's your favorite hype music to listen to before a game?
I just listen to straight Adele. Straight.
Hey.
There you go.
Logan, year 2 for you as head coach. What did you learn last year, and how will it make you a better coach this year?
I think just a lot of it was just kind of going through those growing pains as well. I had some great mentors that I could rely on and, ask questions. And but I think, too, just figuring a lot of it out and just running the program in itself, being that head guy and so being able to look at and just from the elementary level all the way up, it just being in control of all that was a big jump for sure.
I'm going to pose one to the players here. Coach just mentioned the weight room and how important that was in the offseason. For you guys as players, can you touch on that a little bit, just how important the weight room has been for you all and your team?
Weight room, especially with injury last year, it's been very, very useful. I might not be able to go play basketball, but I can lift a weight. And just putting on 15 pounds of muscle in off season, whenever I especially couldn't do those things that I normally could, it has helped so much you notice it in every aspect of the game.
Yeah, I really think the weight room's a big part. Just our physicality and the way we want to play defense really helps with the weight room.
Coach, talk about your schedule a little bit. What particular games stand out?
I just think our conference games, adding Clarksville and Pekin just to those. It's already a really strong conference. And then just adding 2 more tough teams to that. So those games definitely stand out. Those games like Christian Academy and some of those others that get us ready for sectional also are really big games. But also I think game 1 is the biggest one. Just starting out 1-0 is the most important thing right now.
Coach, your team this year, still being young, and we're only 3 days into the season, so you're still kind of finding some things out. But as of right now, how would you describe the identity of your team, or what you want that identity to be going into the season?
We really want our identity to be on the defensive end and just taking a pride in keeping your guy in front of you and just stopping them from scoring. And then on the offensive end, we want to get it and go as quickly as possible and just play as many possessions and speed up the other team and keep them on their heels, whether it's defensively or offensively.
Guys, let's ask you just personally, what sorts of goals do you have for yourself and for your team for the year?
My personal goal is, especially not being able to be a leader on the court last year of being off, I want to be the best leader I can with a lot of inexperience on the younger guys. My main goal is to try and lift them up and elevate all of their games. My stats come second at that point. Everybody else needs to. We're trying to move the rock a bunch this year, and just being a vocal leader on and off the court.
I really want to step up my leadership and lost the question.
Just personal goal, team goal.
Yeah, my personal goal is really just be a leader, and my team goal is to get a sectional before I graduate.
Logan, I appreciate your time. It's always good to be acquainted with your program, and I know each year you guys give a great effort, and it's time for some improvement. It's time for some wins this year, I'm sure.
Yep, definitely. Thank you all for having us.
Great to become acquainted with New Washington. We will step aside. More coverage coming up. Henryville's Jared Hill is on deck, and you're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball Preview live from Boom Bas on Glycod.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Well, we're at the quarter pole on the Southern Indiana High School Basketball Preview. Thus far, we've heard from New Albany, Clarksville, and New Washington. Andrew, let's talk about Clarksville and Calvin McEwen. Yeah. Again, you're familiar with his dad. What situation is he stepping into?
Well, he's stepping into a situation. They've been a little down the last few years. There's been a lot of changes there at Clarksville as far as coaches go. His dad was able to bring stability to the program. I think he'll do the same, especially being his alma mater. It's a place that he cares about, a place that he loves. So he's going to pour everything that he has into Clarksville. And I know that if he's anything like his dad is, and you heard him talk about the defense and the toughness, my goodness, those teams were hard to go against. And I'm sure that his Clarksville teams will be no different.
In Clarksville, for Jason Jones and New Albany, you get the sense that they're really sitting on a big year.
Yes, for Coach Jones and New Albany, there is a lot of talent there. They graduated some really great leadership and some toughness, but the well is deep there, and so I expect them to be very, very good and give some of the toughest teams around a run for their money.
And we'll talk in more depth about Jeffersonville here later on, but there, I think, may be an opportunity this year because of what Jeff lost last year for New Albany to perhaps slide into that seat.
You graduate 3 Division I players, that's going to happen. I mean, I in talking to Coach Wilkerson and talking to him about his players that are coming back, he's got some great ball players there, but he graduated 3 D1 athletes, and so there's going to be maybe a little bit of a fall off.
And then Andrew with New Washington, It's a tough job, unquestionably, but Coach seems like he's got him in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Just talking with him here, the thing that stands out is his energy and his passion that he brings just in this conversation here. So he's bringing it in practice, and you can tell the players are bought in and they want to play hard for him. So there's a lot of potential there as well.
We still have 9 head coaches to come. Todd, who are you most maybe intrigued to find out about here this evening? Who else?
Who else? Well, definitely, I think the pedigree that goes with Mike McBride for Floyd Central, and having coached at Eastern on the girls' side, and with all the success he had there, I'm interested to see what he's going to do at Floyd Central. So that's definitely one. And then always nice to hear from Brandon Hoffman. He's loaded. He's got some just great players there. Matt Lynch, it's fun. It's just fun to go through and talk to all these guys.
It is, and you've got Chris Brown, 30 seasons at Rock Creek. There's just so many storylines in this area for high school basketball.
Yeah, it's just the talent around here is incredible right now. And Rock Creek, they always have a guy or two that just jumps off the page. Whenever you go watch them play, just crazy athleticism. I have no doubt they'll have that this year. And he's been at it for a while now and had a lot of success, the state finals on his resume. And so that 1A sectional is always a very, very difficult sectional with a lot of talent. And you think 1A, small school, not as much talent, but man, there's always some good talent here in Southern Indiana in that 1A
section. So glad you joined us tonight live at Boom Boss. We're also going to announce the All-Glycod football team this year. Todd Carter will have that later on in this program. And up next, we'll chat with Henryville's head coach Jared Hill. After that, it's Sharon Wilkerson, Jeff, and more. Be right back after this, live from Boom Boss on Glycod.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the neighbors first before buying a house. What? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back to the Southern Indiana High School Basketball Preview Show. While we await our next head coach, let's present the 2025 All-Glycod Southern Indiana football team. Congrats to all these winners. Todd Carter and Jim Kazmarek will have much more in-depth Friday night in their halftime of the Providence regional game versus Milan on IHSAA TV. But, Todd, these wonderful student athletes, and Jack Mull starts at quarterback.
Absolutely. So Jack Mull, quarterback from Floyd Central, has had a great year, and actually his running back, Sebastian Robertson, who you can always find on the field with the flowing golden locks out from underneath the helmet. Next up, also from Floyd Central, Darian Williams from Jeffersonville, running back, tough hard-nosed running back. They're from Jeffersonville. Noah Phillips from Charlestown and Jacob Evans from Providence are the wide receivers. Both of those guys just really excellent wide receivers, good route runners, and excellent, especially Jacob Evans, in picking up big chunk yardage. Luke Minich, offensive lineman from New Albany, as well as Lucas Alejandro from Floyd Central, and then kicker Jackson Ravel from Providence, and he has been perfect on the season thus far, both points after touchdown and for field goals. So an excellent year for Jackson Ravel. And then on the defensive side, D-line players Jackson Miller from Charlestown, and that really doing an excellent job for that Charlestown team that really just had a great season this season. Pete Lannon, defensive lineman from Providence, just so tough-nosed and gets into the backfield. Great ball player there. Jorge Reyes Nino is just fantastic linebacker for Providence. He's only a sophomore, and Reyes Nino, we're going to be talking about him the next 2 years, and don't be surprised if he ends up as our Glycod Player of the Year possibly in a couple years. He is fantastic. Matt Polk from Floyd Central, also a great linebacker, and Jaden Traub from Charlestown. Trevor Unruh, one of the Providence cornerbacks, and is a lockdown corner. They don't throw Unruh's way very often because it will get picked off. And then Jackson Stone from Floyd Central really has dedicated himself to football and making himself great. I know he wants to play at the next level. Should I go ahead and do Player of the Year? You already put it up, didn't you? So Christian Grayson, the Charlestown quarterback, and really with Aaron Daniel, the former Charlestown player who came back to Charlestown to coach there, I think may get the reputation of being a bit of a QB whisperer, and Christian Grayson had a fantastic year this year. Now, I covered all these guys briefly, but trust me, join us at the half of the game on Friday night on IHSA TV between Providence and Milan, and Coach Kaz. He's going to go through all these guys. He'll have the stats for you. He'll bring the receipts. I've just got the preview. So. Come watch us, please, on Friday for that.
And this was Coach Kaz's idea several years ago. It's grown and grown each year. And so many great student athletes that had fantastic seasons. They didn't make it this year, but, man, they had great seasons as well.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. It was tough on a lot of these guys because very competitive. Yeah.
So, Andrew, up next, we hope to catch up with Henryville and then Jeff Sharon Wilkerson. In terms of Jeff, what does that job look like this year with all the losses from last year?
Yeah, it's hard to replace that group. I was fortunate enough, I got to coach those kids when they were freshmen, and we knew at that age that they were a good, young, talented group. Not only the talent, but they were good kids. They were coachable kids. They showed leadership as freshmen. So not just the physical skills that you're replacing, but the toughness and the leadership that you have to replace as well. So it will be no easy task for Coach Wilkerson, but I know he's up for it.
More coverage right after this, live from Boom Boss on Glycod.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Sharon Wilkerson of the defending State Jeff Red Devil champions joins us next. Coach, what's it been like here in the offseason for you?
It's been fantastic. Had a really good June. Had a good test starting off early, and then we was able to get ourselves together going to Charlie Hughes. Won some big games for our program to give us an opportunity to get us kicked off for the preseason. And then our limited contact time has been really, really good for us. We had a really good preseason and gave us an opportunity to gel some new guys that's going to be into some more expanding roles, if you will. I mean, man, we got some guards coming back from the previous championship team. We feel like it's going to give us a really good chance.
Talk about that state championship. Get to win one as a player, come back to your alma mater, do it as a coach. I can't imagine how special that feels for you. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Very, very special. And I would tell you guys, it takes so much to make that happen. I mean, man, and let's give kudos to number one to my principal, Pam Hall. She's been absolutely fantastic. And then the professionals in the building. And then lastly, the people in the community. Like, it really takes a village to make all that happen. So we definitely want to make sure that we mention the folks that helped get us there as well. But, man, everything fell in place. The stars aligned. I mean, man, and we was able to be on the fortunate end of winning the state championship.
Speaking of stars, Coach, you lost 3 stars. Describe their void in terms of what they did for your program and how you replace some of that.
Well, I think that if you've paid attention to the maturation of our program as a whole, I think that you will see that the guys that we graduated that we placed at those college programs are actually a huge asset to those college programs. Specifically off the floor, they've made a huge impact. And I think that speaks about us, the preparation and the core values that our principal has, or that our program has, in getting our student athletes ready for that next level, which translate for us into being able to play for a state championship.
Well, let's bring in our Jeff players for this evening. Let's talk about what you guys have worked on going through the summer and getting ready for this fall. What's Coach been asking you to do to get ready for this season?
So as a multi-sport athlete, I wasn't able to play this summer. So these past 2 weeks, I've been in the gym in the morning after practice, working on my game, working on everything I need for this upcoming season. And so I'm excited for it. So.
Definitely just being in the gym, staying consistent, working on my game, bettering my teammates, the people around me, and listening to what the people who want me to be better are telling me, and just taking good advice.
Coach, those 2 student athletes, Terrence and Jacob, how hard have they worked to be in a big position this year to really help you guys?
So this is Terrence Norton, Elijah Cheeks, and both of those guys were our starting backcourt from the state championship team. So it's so important for our culture, and that's the thing that we really focused on. We graduated 8 seniors, and we placed 5 of them at the college level, right? So not only do we have new personnel, but we got new personnel that this is the first time that they've played in a position at a high level. So initially we got started off on a rocky foot because we wasn't used to playing with each other at such a high level. But over this time, man, we've been able to kind of create our identity again with this new group that we have coming in. But the one thing that we're really putting all of our eggs in our basket is our culture. And man, we have our culture. We have a system in place defensively and offensively. And now it's just a matter of getting everybody acclimated and getting everybody aligned in that system.
Question for the players. Who is a player that you look up to or you try to model your game after?
For me, I'll probably say Patrick Brady, locking up on defense. They best player, I'm there.
I'd definitely say like a Cole Anthony, a UNC guy that I like when I was younger. I like watching him when I grew up.
Guys, let's ask you another one, maybe a little more fun, and that is what do you do? What kind of tradition or thing do you do to get hyped up? Do you have a song? Do you have something in particular hypes you up before a game?
What we do in the locker room, we play music. We all jumping around, hyping each other up, bumping each other, just getting our minds ready for the game.
Definitely what he said, but like before the game, like just take a good bath and some Epsom salt. Rest your muscles first.
What song? What's your favorite?
I don't got no favorite song right now.
Fair enough.
Coach, you talked about the culture and defense. Elaborate. What's an overview of your culture at Jeff High?
So we have our core principles. So it starts with our character, which leads into our discipline and our daily habits, which obviously then translate into your responsibility and into your accountability. And then we truly believe that creates the trust with the coaches and the player relationship, which obviously leads to the next thing is your intelligence level. Like how much information can you soak up? Like how much do you pay attention in the film session? And then the other piece that we ask that these guys do is you have to have the coping skills to be able to deal with the adversity that you face. Prime example, semi-state, we're down 10 points with 4 minutes left, right? And we call timeout and able to get ourselves together, man, and get refocused. And then the last piece of our core values is the ability to be able to conform, right? I think Jimmy Boeheim proved you can win a national championship in a 2-3 zone. Rick Pitino proved you can win a national championship pressing. Coach Bennett proved you can win a national championship playing pack line, right? The question is everybody aligned? I mean, man, and our core values gives us the best opportunity to get everybody aligned, which gives us the best chance to reach our maximum potential.
Coach, you mentioned facing that adversity, and it's a skill, I think, to be able to do that, right? How do you go about teaching that? Because that's a hard thing to teach young people.
So it's two parts for us. We make sure that we have a really, really good personal relationship with our student athletes, because then I think that affords you the opportunity to be able to push them in practice. And we create adverse situations on purpose to get them used to being able to operate under duress. There were several times during our championship run, specifically in the semi-state I just named, and I'm not for sure that people really remember this, but the last 30 seconds, we had to get a real big bucket to send it into overtime. So I think being able to operate under that duress, you have to prepare for that, and it's very similar to going to the military. So the military makes it really difficult for you, so when you get in those real-life situations, you're fully prepared.
Guys, let me ask you something, because I know with the state run last year and all the different ball games that you've played really all over the state, because Coach likes to put you guys in situations against teams up in Indianapolis and so forth. Besides your own home gymnasium, what's your favorite place to play?
Ooh, that's hard. I'll either say the Seymour Gym or the Newcastle, because Newcastle is the biggest gym in America, so it's very fun to play in that arena.
Definitely for like tournament time, I say like Newcastle, but like going away, I would say more like a Seymour or like a Floyd Central, just the atmosphere.
What about you, Coach? Do you have one that stands out?
I like Cambridge.
Other than that one, Coach.
No, I'm probably partial. I would tell you this. I'm partial to Seymour. That's like the second home for us, even as a player. We had a lot of success there. So Seymour definitely stands out. But I would tell you this, guys, that in Southern Indiana, there isn't a bad gym to play in. I mean, anywhere you go in Southern Indiana, man, the seating is really good. The lighting is really good. And as Terrence said, the atmosphere in Southern Indiana basketball is really, really cool to experience.
Guys, we're only 3 days into official practice here. What's a consistent message or emphasis that you're hearing from Coach here these first 3 days?
Just work hard every play and don't give up, because, we always say that working hard, if you work hard, it can beat talent when talent don't want to work hard. So that's a big thing. We've been pushing in, working hard, and handling your business in the classroom, because that's where it starts.
Accountability, being able to hold your brother to a higher standard and him being able to hold you to another high standard, and also being focused in the classroom, staying on top of your grades, I should say, maintaining a GPA high enough to play college basketball or any college sport.
All right, guys. What sort of different thing? What can you find in your gym bag that people would be, or locker, that people would be surprised by?
I don't got it in my locker, but somebody else got in the locker. They got like foot spray, like for your shoes.
Okay. I'd say that's a normal thing. Go ahead.
Last year I had powder in my backpack for my hands when they were like clammy or sweating before the game, just because the nerves are out of tension. First time being out there and filming.
Sharon, we'll cut you loose with this one. Your schedule. Who stands out as you formulated another challenging schedule?
So, well, what we tried to do is we tried to schedule teams that's going to prepare us to make a deep tournament run. And if you looked at our schedule, there's a stretch where we played 3 games, 3 consecutive days in a row. So 2 things it does. Number one, puts you in a position where your preparation has to be really fast. And then the second thing that it does, it really tests your mental fortitude, because the mind makes the body go. And if the mind is fatigued, then the body won't respond. So we kind of feel like putting our guys in that tough position in the preparation of a season from a sprint perspective prepares us for the marathon. So that's kind of the approach that we take with our schedule.
All the best to you this year, Coach. Thank you for stopping by and for bringing your student athletes.
Thank you, guys.
Great to see the Jeffersonville High School defending state champions join us. We'll step aside. More coverage coming up. You're watching the Southern Indiana High School basketball preview live on Glycod.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Teresa Lamb in New Albany today.
Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas that claims hundreds of lives and makes thousands ill each year without warning. CO can be produced from grills, furnaces, even the fumes in your car. It can build up indoors and poison anyone who breathes it. But keeping your home well ventilated and purchasing carbon monoxide alarms from any hardware or home improvement store can reduce your risk from this invisible danger. This message is funded by the Floyd County Health Department.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Brandon Hoffman of Silver Creek is next on the docket. Brandon, 22-5 last year. Same old for you guys. How are you able to maintain that success?
Good players. Good players just keep coming up.
Talk about those good players that are coming back this offseason, this summer. Let's just elaborate on that. What are some things that excited you the most that you saw this summer?
Right. Well, last year we ended up being a pretty good team. I thought we were a year away this time last year, and we ended up being really good. It was a really fun group to coach, and they were still fairly young. And the games that we lost, a few games that we lost, I felt that we were not physically or mentally mature in those losses. And this year, this off season, I feel like our kids have grown up, both physically in the weight room and taller, and mentally they're tougher. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Coach, the success that you've had now, 2 state championships, how have you challenged yourself each year to continue to get back to that level?
Well, that's old news, really. We haven't won a sectional in 4 years, so these guys haven't got to enjoy that stuff. So it's all about, we tell stories about those kids, and they know them. Trey and Cooper will come back and play with them, whatever. But it's more of it's all about them and their success, and yeah, we're more worried about the next state championship than the last ones.
When I look at your team, Coach, the thing that really stands out to me this year is the depth that you guys have. Can you talk about just how much of an asset that is for you all?
Yeah, well, first, I mean, right now it's great for practice, because, I mean, you've coached, sometimes you may have 2 or 3 good players and you split the teams up and it becomes really watered down. Well, the JV players aren't good enough to compete with the varsity. We have 15 really good players, and it makes practice really good. They push each other, and it holds them accountable too, because if somebody's not playing well, you have someone else that deserves to play. It is a really good player. We probably have, our 9th or 10th man we've had 100 years of basketball, and our 9th or 10th man would start on probably 95 of them. So it's a luxury to have for sure.
Let's welcome in 3 of the student athletes for Silver Creek. We've got a trio of guys. What are you most excited about this year?
I'm most excited about just getting back with my guys. Hopefully looking to win a sectional championship. We haven't won any championships, so just looking forward to that.
I got Brody and Brandon as well. What excites you as you enter a new season?
My favorite thing is just to get back, be around my guys, just hang out, all the bus ride, and get ready for a sectional championship.
Most definitely looking forward to winning a sectional championship and beyond that, because like Coach Hoffman said, I mean, it's been 4 years since we won a sectional, and that's not what Silver Creek basketball is about. We want to win at the highest level.
I want to stick with the players here for my next question. Coach mentioned the depth in practice and how competitive it can be. How do you guys balance that competitiveness in practice, but then also being a great teammate as well?
It's just pushing your teammates. We're just going to make each other better. I think we have 9 or 10 guys that deserve playing time, so it's always a battle in practice stuff.
Some people, I mean, sometimes it gets carried away. It gets really physical sometimes, but you kind of like have to step back, look at it for a minute, and be like, I need to be a good teammate sometimes, and keep going.
Like Brody said, sometimes we get carried away, but at the end of the day, we know it's all love, and we love playing with each other, and we're great basketball players.
Brandon, Sharon, before you talked about the identity of their team and principles, etc., what is your program founded on?
Oh, well, I think we play a brand of basketball that people enjoy watching. I think we like to play fast. I think we like to move the ball. I think you can tell that our guys like to get good shots for their teammates, and I guess they play the right way in that regard. And we pride ourselves on some toughness. I think you mentioned when we've been successful in the past, it's because we've been able to rebound and defend. And I think you mentioned, our guys all mentioned how much they enjoy playing with each other. And I think if you watch our team, that's like the big thing that pops out. They really enjoy playing with each other, and they played a lot of basketball together. I mean, most of these guys have played since they were, freshmen or sophomores. So they're really familiar with each other.
Coach, as you go throughout the season, what are some specific goals or even just kind of markers that you're looking for as you go throughout the year to kind of gauge where you guys are at?
I'll just get better every day. We're going to play a really tough schedule. There's going to be some hiccups in the road. There's going to be adversity. But, let's hope in March we're better than what we are, November 13th or whatever it is. So it's can I look back in next month, can I look back and say, man, we're a lot better at this than what we were the first week of practice. So, yeah, just improvement individually. And once again, I mentioned you being a coach, like good teams, you don't have to correct the same problem multiple times. Like if we can get to where we keep improving and fixing problems that we haven't had before, that's a major part of coaching.
Who in particular stands out when you look at your schedule?
Well, the first, in a couple weeks we play Charlestown at our place. That's, Charlestown's going to be really good. They got a fresh, really good player, and Matt's done a great job there. So that's the first game that really will be an indicator where we are sectional-wise. We're playing in the Hall of Fame Classic, so 3 of the other best teams in the state. We're playing South Bend St. Joe, the reigning 3A state champs. New Albany's here. Like our schedule ranks up as probably the highest in terms of 3A across the state.
Going to the players now, kind of a fun one. Who is the funniest person on the team?
I would definitely say Dane Caldwell.
Personally, I'd say Jude Michael, but Dane Caldwell's really close.
I don't know about funny, but Dane Caldwell is definitely the dumbest.
I think that there's a dump button that we can just dump out of that. What makes Dane so funny?
Definitely his actions. His actions are not always the best.
I would say probably he doesn't really know what he's doing sometimes until he actually does it. So
He's just a goofy guy, just like everything he does. I just don't think his head's all the way there yet.
Brandon, I know you don't want to talk about memory lane, et cetera, but how much have you followed Trey in his progress at Purdue?
Oh, we follow him every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're super proud of him. He represents Silver Creek well, represents Sellersburg well. He's always had a second-to-none work ethic. His commitment to basketball, he's always wanted to be better than what he was. And, it's still true to this day. I mean, we're so proud of him. He's had a great career already, and we're rooting for him down here.
Yeah.
Coach, on a personal level, you had gotten to coach your son for the last 4 years. He's graduated now. Can you just share a little bit about what that is like to be able to be in the trenches with your son every day?
Yeah. It's a lot. I would say that's probably a better question for him because it's a lot harder on their end. But I'll bring these guys in too. Like these guys they grew up with Walker, and some of the other teammates that we have, like it's still, I consider these guys my sons too because they're all kind of been together. Walker was our only senior last year. But yeah, it was something that I really miss having him around. It's a great experience. Just getting to be with him every day and being his coach instead of his dad for a couple hours. So it was a great experience for me. I hope it was for him. And I think we weren't able to, we got this close to winning a sectional last year. And, one of the motivations would be to win it and get to celebrate with him. Not in uniform, but just get to celebrate with him on the court.
Guys, for you, in terms of this year, what are you most excited about just in terms of your own game? And what parts are you want to show people all the hard work that you put in? Just in terms of what are you excited about to show everybody about your own game, like you've improved in different phases?
I just want to show that I've found what I can do, and I'm just going to do it well. And I also like to show off my defense more this year, too.
Personally, I want to show how we can push the ball a lot better and just our defense, our transition defense, for sure.
I would definitely say our defense, because I think at times if we actually want to try to be a good defensive team, we can be one of the best defensive teams in the state. But that takes all of us. And then definitely just communication and leadership.
Staying with you guys here, just real quick and simple, if you could pick a motto for this year's team, what would that be?
Motto, state or bust. That's mine.
I would say juice. Juice means join us in creating excitement.
Coach Hoffman has it written on the board. It says all in because I think it's going to take all of us to get where we want to be.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us. All the best this year, Brandon. Thanks.
Thanks.
Head coach Silver Creek, Brandon Hoffman. More coverage right after this. We'll be back live on Boom Boss from Glycod.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison. Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program continues to make a difference in development and school readiness with children from birth to age 5. As a proud community partner, Cassie is more than childcare because they also help families seek success, combat hunger, and afford housing. Visit 201 East 15th Street in Jeff or check out their array of programs at cassie1.org. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start. Helping people, changing lives.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com. Celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Motor vehicle safety is important for everyone, especially young children. Having the proper child restraint systems in place, particularly for children under 4 or weighing less than 40 pounds, will keep a child safe and comfortable when traveling in the car. The Clark County Health Department provides free inspections to ensure proper installation of any car seat. To make an appointment, phone 812-282-7521. A message from the Clark County Health Department funded by Health First Indiana. You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Back live at Boom Baz as we welcome in Kevin Jones, head coach of the Borden Braves. Coach, let's talk about your team and what you're maybe most excited about this year.
We got a lot of young guys coming back. We graduated 6 seniors last year, so we're just, looking forward to seeing what we got, put them out there and put them in situations and see how they react and, go from there. We have a lot of question marks. We got some guys, here with me that are coming back that have experience, but, we lost 6 seniors, so we just got to kind of figure out the best way to play for these guys.
Coach, you take over a program like Borden with its history, tight community there that has a lot of pride for their program. Just talk about that opportunity to take over as the head coach and step into that role, what that means to you.
Being with Doc the last 5 years and working with him and teaching at Borden and seeing how the community embraces basketball, it's second to none there. We've got a lot of people that their kids have been out of school 20 years. And they still come to the games and support. It's just a special place, that really is a basketball-first community. The way they supported the girls last year when Coach Vic went on their state championship run, it's just been awesome. To be in a place like that still supports basketball the way they do. I don't ever think it's going to go back to the way it was in the 90s when I was growing up, but it's pretty special.
I know Doc had so much success, but you have to be excited as well to maybe put your own stamp on the program.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's replacing Doc Nash. Doc Nash is Borden basketball. I've coached for a long time, and, when you're out in the state and you said Borden basketball, you think Doc Nash. And what he's done over the period of time that he done it, it's hard, to stay in it as long as he has in one place anymore without making a bunch of people mad and getting ran off and stuff. But it's a testament to what he meant to the community. It's fantastic to work with at school. Just trying to step into his shoes. And, we want to do our best to make sure we make him proud.
Coach, you mentioned following the girls' team and their success in a state championship. How does that culture around their program and within the school trickle over to the boys' basketball program and even other sports within the school?
Well, we're lucky. It's a small school, but we have a pretty good sports program. Our cross-country teams are normally pretty good, and tennis normally is competitive. Baseball team and Eric Stotts do a fantastic job every year, too. So it's just a school-wide attitude, that we feel like no matter what the sport is, that we've got a pretty good chance to go out and competing and winning games. And it helps to see the ultra success that the girls have had, and I think as a competitor, you got to be kind of jealous of that. You want to know, and we want to put these kids in those situations to where they can, there's nothing better than climbing up that ladder and cutting down that net, and thinking about all the time and effort that you put into things, so it just winning breeds winning.
Kevin, your second stint as a head coach, you were at North Harrison for 5 years prior. What did you learn from that job you want to implement here?
Well, I learned at the end of the day to do what is going to make me happy. Sometimes, it's boats don't sink from the water that's in the ship. The water outside that gets in the ship is what sinks boats. And, just making sure we stay true to what I truly believe in, and I'm lucky at Borden. We have Toby Cheatham's our athletic director, and he's fantastic. And that's all you can really ask for as a coach, is somebody that has got your back. And I haven't always felt like that. And Borden's just a different situation there. So, we're just going to stay true to ourselves and be happy that Mr. Cheatham's got our back.
When we look at the end of this season, hopefully, but then as you continue to establish your program and your system and style of play, when your team's playing at its best, what is that going to look like as far as offense and defensive styles?
Well, we're going to compete. We're going to fight for balls. We're going to compete. We're going to win 50-50 battles. We're going to try to crash the boards this year to get extra possessions. We don't quite have the depth this year that I would like to have. We'd really like to get after people defensively and pressure a little bit more than we're going to be able to do. Hopefully in the future we can have that depth. But, pressing on defense and pressing on offense, we want to play fast. We don't want to, I can't play as fast as what Jeffersonville or New Albany or somebody like that plays. But for our level, we want to get up and try to score 50, 60 points a game and play at a speed, that we're going to be capable of winning games at. But our whole thing is we compete. Every day, we fight for loose balls. There's a ball on the floor in practice. Two kids grab it and they wrestle it until somebody comes out with it. Sometimes it's pretty quick. Sometimes they roll around for 5 minutes. But we're going to fight. We're going to claw and we're going to scratch and we're going to fight and we're going to earn everything we get.
We've got Wyatt, Colson, and Parker. You guys are on the hot seat now. What does it mean to wear a Borden uniform?
For me, it's special. I've been around the team since I was real little, and I think it's just kind of like an honor almost to wear a Borden jersey. It's something that I've looked forward to since I was really little, and I think it's just a special feeling when you get in a varsity game and you look around you and you see all the community supports you and everybody's got your back. So I think it's a special thing to be able to wear that Borden jersey, and that you worked hard for it because nothing comes easy at Borden. So everything you get, you work for, and it's special to know that you have a community behind your back.
Going off that, I think it's prideful. Like, I take pride in putting it on. I know the work that we put in to wear the jersey, and that's a reason we probably are short on numbers because not every kid in the school can come out and do what we do. So I take pride every time I put it on, knowing that I did what it takes to put the jersey on, and I've did what it takes to be capable to win and represent our school.
Just to compete. That's all the coaches ever ask for. They just want us to compete every day in practice, every day in game, and as long as we're competing, they play us, and that's all they want.
Going to stick with the players here. For each one of you guys, who is a player that you either look up to or try to model your game after?
I would say maybe one of my somebody that I look up to would maybe be someone like Anthony Edwards. Crazy competitive, always fighting, always bringing energy to the team. And then he's just got a polished scoring game. So I think it's got a mixture of everything. He tries on defense. He takes pride in defense. He likes to get his energy in the game and brings his teammates up with his energy. So I think that's a big part of basketball, is trying to have energy and get your teammates involved and everything like that. So I think I look at him as a competitor
and as a just a real team player and maybe even a leader at that. So,
one player that I look up to and try to model is probably Jokic. He's more of a big guy. And one thing that I like to model is he doesn't do things he knows he can't do. He does his role, and he does what he needs to do to help his team win. And I know whenever I do my part and I don't try to do anything else, we're going to be successful, and it helps me, the coaches, and everyone else on the floor.
Probably Steph Curry. I mean, he's just great shooter, great passer, great teammate. He can do it all. He works his butt off, and he just does it all.
Kevin, talk about Wyatt for a moment. 17 points per game as a freshman. I mean,
yeah, that's impressive, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
I think he was second in the state in freshman scoring. Wyatt can score the ball. I mean, he can score on all three levels. He can shoot the ball. He can get to the rim. He shot, I think, over 80% from the free throw line. We relied heavily on him last year as a freshman. And it don't matter what level you play at. That's hard to do as a young player. So this year we're looking for him to expand, his game. Not only, we're counting on him to score just as much or more than he did last year, but being more of a sometimes a facilitator and putting these other guys in good spots, to get them create easy baskets for others. And I think if he can do that, I mean, the sky's the limit. He's as skilled of a sophomore as I've seen around here, other than, your crazy D1 type guys. I mean, we think he's really good.
What have you seen here in the preseason and now just 3 days into practice? But what are some things that you've seen that excite you the most for this upcoming season?
Well, I think our dudes are kind of I think they're becoming a team as far as the closeness that I feel like this year's team's closer than what they had before. I feel like they're doing better buying into being positive and trying to lift each other up and, not trying to put each other down or anything like that. I just feel a good vibe as far as personalities on this team because, sometimes you get those teams that don't always click off the court. But I feel like these guys have really done a good job kind of buying in and being great. And that's the one thing we tell them too. No matter what's going on, be a great teammate. I mean, be a great teammate. Be there for your teammates. You want them to cheer for you when you do something well. We need to go above and beyond making sure we cheer for everybody.
Kevin, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys doing this.
We will step aside. Thanks to the student athletes as well. We will step aside. Matt Lynch is next. He is the head coach of Charlestown. We'll hear from Coach right after this, live on Glycod.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Teresa Lamb in New Albany today.
Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas that claims hundreds of lives and makes thousands ill each year without warning. CO can be produced from grills, furnaces, even the fumes in your car. It can build up indoors and poison anyone who breathes it. But keeping your home well ventilated and purchasing carbon monoxide alarms from any hardware or home improvement store can reduce your risk from this invisible danger. This message is funded by the Floyd County Health Department.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back to the Southern Indiana High School basketball preview live on Glycod. Half off cheese sticks at Boomba's 1450 Veterans Parkway. Matt Lynch, fifth-year head coach of Charlestown, joins us. And, Coach, you guys seem like you're getting some positive notoriety here entering the season.
Yeah, we got a great group coming back, a lot of experience, 7 seniors, 3 juniors on our varsity roster, and kind of the year we've kind of been building up towards. Got a couple guys, A.J. Todd and Parker Odell, that have been playing since their freshman year. A.J. started every game as point guard since he came in, so we've been really looking forward to this season. A lot of positivity. Each year we've gotten a little bit better. And this is probably the most excited I've ever been going into a season, coaching a team. Just really excited with the guys that we have. Good group of guys, talented. It's going to be really fun. Can't wait to get started.
Talk about the leadership of those guys. I mean, having that many upperclassmen, what is that? One, how does that make your job easier as a coach? And then also, how does that help your underclassmen?
It makes my job a lot easier. Our leadership's through the roof. A.J. Todd, point guard, like I said, for 4 years. He's been a vocal leader. Anthony Fresh is our best player. He's really taken on a leadership role. Those 2 guys have led us most vocally, but also Parker Odell and Kevin Bowman have also been good leaders. So anytime you have good leadership, it makes your job as a coach a lot easier, and that's a sign of a good team. All good teams have great leadership. They get on each other. They hold each other accountable. It makes practice, a lot more intense, a lot more, fast-paced, and we get a lot of stuff done. So best leadership I've had as a head coach in 10 years. This is year 10 overall. And like I said, really excited about the group, and they're a great group of guys.
Coach, as we've watched Charlestown play over the last few years, I know I always talk about Charlestown it's like they bring their hard hat to go to work. That just that tough nose sort of get in there sort of play. I'm just curious about what you do in practice to try to instill that in your players.
Our practice has been really intense, especially these first 2 days. It's just, the expectation. We expect our guys to play at the highest level, play as hard as they can. We know they're going to make mistakes, but we can live with mistakes as long as you're playing as hard as you can. So they know if they're not playing at the level that I expect them to play at, then they're going to come out and sit on the bench for a little bit and get regrouped and go back in. But that's just kind of the expectation we've set. And, I have a strong coaching staff, and, anytime you can add somebody like Coach Shannon, and, he's taken on a bigger role this year. I've kind of put him as in the lead of the defense and being more vocal there. So he's getting after the guys, getting a little bit more old Coach Shannon back instead of the Mr. Nice Guy Coach Shannon. So that's been nice. But, yeah, we have a strong staff, and we hold our guys to a high standard, and they've responded really well so far.
Anthony Fresh, 21 points per game last year. Describe his play and what makes him so good on offense.
He's a stud. I mean, he can do everything. He's athletic. He can shoot. He can score at the rim. He can mid-range. There's nothing that he cannot do on the basketball floor on both ends. So couldn't be more proud of him. He just signed his letter of intent today for Miami, Ohio. So I know he's super excited to continue his career at that level, but we also know we have some unfinished business here this season to take care of. But he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, and he's making the right play. He's not selfish. He makes the right pass. But, yeah, he's super talented. Probably the most – I was at New Albany when Romeo was there. Obviously, he's, a different talent. But Fresh is very close to that talent level, and there's not anything on the basketball floor that he cannot do.
Talk about just his teammates and how important the role is for them. Obviously, every team that you play, they're going to be keying on Anthony and taking him away, and just the opportunities that opens up for his teammates.
Yeah, you got to give our guys a lot of credit for last year when he came in. They kind of, allowed him to be the guy and be the best player on the team and get the most shots. So they took a step back and made some sacrifices for the betterment of the team, and that's huge. And he's repaid that favor. Like I said, he makes the right play. If there's people in the gaps, he's going to hit the open guy. And we have a lot of other good players. Like, he's not the only good player. I've mentioned A.J. and Parker already, but Kevin Bowman, maybe a name that everybody's not familiar with, but you're going to be familiar with it because he's off the charts right now in practice, what he's doing. So if I can get him to play, we can get him to play at the level that he's playing at right now, we're going to be really, really hard to guard. But, yeah, all of our guys make sacrifices for the betterment of the team, and any great team, that has to happen. So, yeah, it's not just the Fresh show. We're a complete team.
Describe just a little bit for the fans what your teams look like offensively and defensively. How do they play?
We're super athletic, so we're going to get up and down. In our sectional, obviously, Silver Creek likes to get up and down as well. So defense and rebounding has kind of been the two keys that we've focused on this preseason. I think a lot of coaches probably say that at this point in the season, defense and rebounding. But we're going to play fast pace on offense, defensively, primary man to man, and we're going to pressure you and we're going to guard you and be tough and be physical. We got a transfer in Braylon Boyette, came from Corden. He's 6'5", 6'6", strong, physical guy. We hadn't had that in the past on the inside, so we're looking forward to having him. And Dylan French is a junior that's also about 6'5", 6'6", and strong. So those two guys are going to help protect the paint, protect the rim. So you're going to see a fast pace. You're going to see a good, strong defensive team that hopefully is one and done, and we're going to try to get out and go.
A.J. Todd, in his first year playing football, made quite the mark this year. What did you think of his year?
Playing football was great for A.J. I think he lost 10, 15 pounds. He's in better shape, probably the best shape he's been in a long time. Had a great football season, contributed a lot. Our team had a great season, so it's good for the school spirit. We're pretty much hitting on all cylinders right now, our sports programs at Charlestown, so our school spirit's super high, and then we encourage all of our guys to play as many sports as they want to play. So I was happy to see him play. Coach Daniel's done a great job with the football team, but also in the weight room. All of our guys have put on muscle. Fresh has added 10, 15 pounds. Keelan Bowman's added weight. So we feel really good about our whole school culture and all of our sports.
Coach, you talked about practices so far being very competitive, very physical. How do you balance that competition in practice? I mean, obviously you want guys going at each other and making each other better, but then also having to rein it in to make sure they understand they're still on the same team. How do you balance that chemistry, but also that competitiveness?
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do. We've been competing pretty hard, and I've had to blow the whistle and hey, we're all on the same team here. So you want to see that as a coach, but then, like I said, we're battling on the court, but as soon as we cross those lines, we're back to teammates and friends again. They've done a good job. This is the closest knit group I've had at Charlestown. They hang out with each other on and off the court. That makes coaching a lot easier as well. So they're all have the same goal in mind, and that's to win a sectional and try to advance in the postseason. So practice has been good. They've been hard. They've been competitive, but they know when they step off those court lines, it's back to being friends.
I'm going to jump ahead of Chris, probably going to ask this question, but that is just your schedule. Let's talk a little bit about your schedule because you've got there's some tough stretches in there.
Yeah, we beefed it up, and for the main purpose of to make sure we're ready for postseason play. Obviously, our sectional is one of the toughest 3A sectionals in the state. Silver Creek most likely to be preseason number 1. Brownstown's always going to be good. Corden's good. So if we're going to play and be able to beat those teams, I feel like we need to challenge ourselves in this regular season. You can't get away with small mistakes when you're playing against good competition. If you're playing against lesser competition, you can get away with not blocking out. You can get away with not, working to get open. You can get away with a sloppy pass here or there. So we've really tried to talk about details, and every small detail matters. So I felt like the best way to do that was to make sure we challenge ourselves with our schedule. We scrimmaged Jeffersonville to open up, so that's different. We picked up Jennings County to open up. That's different. We're playing up at Kokomo, Drew Lawrence North right off the bat. So that'll be a good challenge for us, playing in the Sneakers for Santa at Brownsburg, playing in the Tip-Off Classic at Southport. So there's no easy games. You look at our schedule before Christmas, it's like, man, we're going to have to bring it every single night. But that's what you want as a coach. You want to play the best. You want to beat the best, and you want to figure out where you're at early in the season. That way you can make the adjustments that you need to make sure you're playing your best basketball in March.
Coach, thank you so much for stopping by. Best of luck this year.
I appreciate you guys having us on and everything Glycod does for Southern Indiana sports.
It's head coach Matt Lynch. Still to come, we've got Floyd Central, Rock Creek, Providence, and more. You're watching the Southern Indiana High School Basketball Preview Show from Boo-Bahs, and we'll be right back after this.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the neighbors first before buying a house. What? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Now on to Floyd Central as we welcome you back to Boom Ba's Michael McBride, the first-year Floyd Central head coach, and he's making the rounds in the Hoosier Hills Conference, spending a previous time at Jennings. What brought you to Floyd?
Well, just the opportunity. You know, when you look at Floyd Central as a community and the school itself, I mean, it has a reputation of excellence, and, you know, we've got a good group of guys that are coming back to the program. So, you know, and it put me back close to home. I did not relocate when I was coaching at Jennings County last year, so I was driving quite a way. But, you know, the opportunity to get back here into the area and, you know, just a legendary program like Floyd Central is an opportunity you can't pass up.
Coach, talk about, we've had conversations about offensive philosophies, and I know you're very big on spacing. If you can just share a little bit about your philosophy, the first year, what we might expect as far as offensively.
Well, yeah, the spacing's a big part of it. You know, we go back to the old Chuck Daly quote back in the 1980s that offense is spacing and spacing is offense. And, you know, we're just trying to teach the guys how to utilize that space and, you know, give a teammate plenty of space to operate. And then from there, force the defense to get into rotation. And then when they start to sort, that's when you can attack them again. But, you know, just really emphasizing the need to utilize the entire width and depth of the court as much as we can.
Well, let's bring in our players from Floyd Central. And, guys, let's just ask you, what have you been doing over the course of the summer and now just a couple days into practice, but to get ready for this season to come?
I would say definitely staying in shape. You know, Coach McBride's always got us conditioning and stuff, and always, you know, working as a team and, you know, building that chemistry that's going to help us in season. And it's just going to you know, that partakes in games, and, you know, like a game scenario with practice every day is just going to be, you know, give your 100% effort.
I'd say a decent amount of us play AAU, which helped a lot with just like the one-on-one aspect, kind of handling the ball more, so we all have a little sense of handle. And then Coach McBride's been just pushing us, and the effort and energy level has been way higher than what it has been before, and it's going to be an exciting season.
Coach, obviously inheriting a team that didn't have a lot of success last year, I would have to think that's really challenging for you, that you get this ship righted pretty quickly.
Yeah, you know, the big thing we're really trying to emphasize is, you know, the culture of the program. And the great thing about the opportunity I have is the type of kids we have. I mean, we've got phenomenal kids with high character and great work ethic. So we're really trying to establish some leadership principles for them to really grasp, you know, a team-led, you know, leadership style instead of a coach-led team. You know, we want them to really have some ownership with each other, and they've really bought into that idea to where now the camaraderie and the effort level and just, you know, the understanding of how we want to play together is really something that's starting to show in practice every day.
Question for the players here. On your team, 3-point contest, out of everyone, who's coming away with the trophy?
I'm going to say my man right here, Landon Reed. He's the best shooter in the conference, in my opinion.
I got to go me or my boy Parker Case. So, yeah, that's who I got.
What do you guys have any particular hype ritual or song or something that you like to do to get hyped up before a game? Anything in particular?
I'm more so of a kind of just like a Drake guy. I'm a big Drake fan. That's my go-to music, really.
I'd say towards the end of the year last year, it was kind of a rough season, and we all just started praying before games before we started running out on the court, and I feel like that just helped us stay together a lot.
Landon, you talked about your three-point shooting. How much time have you put in to improve in that area?
Oh, man, a lot. This AAU season, I shot the ball really well, and I've just been in the gym every single day. I'm coming back from an injury and just got back, so just been in the gym a lot while they're practicing, and I can't do any of the contact stuff. I've just been on the side shooting around and trying to get my shot back in shape.
Coach, when we see a Coach McBride team playing at its best, what is the identity of that team?
Well, the identity is going to be defense. And 3 days in so far, these guys have really done a lot better defensively than I expected. We're a little further along than I thought we would be because it's a challenge, and in practice you've got to spend a lot of time coaching defense. But I told them the identity that I want people walking away when they watch us play is, man, that group really plays hard and competes on the defensive end. And then hopefully that defense will lead to us having some transition opportunities in offense.
Well, guys, let's ask you another question just about the atmosphere at Floyd Central. What does it mean to play at FC and what those game nights are like? Because it's kind of special up there.
I think it's like an atmosphere like nowhere else in Indiana. Southern Indiana ball is definitely unique in its own way, and I feel like Floyd Central definitely has its kind of different, unique way of playing basketball, and I feel like that's what the fans like to see.
Yeah, well, first we got to get the fans excited, because when they get excited, they're going to go crazy, especially the student section. We got some kids that'll take their shirts off and just go nuts, and that's just brings the energy to us on the court to play even better.
Coach, the football program at Floyd has had a very strong season this year. What have you picked up from Coach Bragg in terms of your conversations with him?
Oh, man, we talk every morning. We've got second period weights class together, so we share a lot of thoughts and ideas. And I tell you, he's done a great job, and the football team has really, set the example for us to follow. And I've always said the football program sets the tone for the rest of the year for all sports. And so hopefully that, will carry over to us, where it gives us a little bit of confidence. But Coach Bragg does such a great job in terms of just game planning, and having the guys all on the same page, understanding what they want to do, and just doing what they do really well. They don't try to get outside themselves, and that's something we've talked to our guys about is, understanding each other's role and what are the strengths and weaknesses of each player and how we can accentuate that within our offense.
Going to come back to the players here. Basketball, you mentioned earlier just kind of what you learned last year, praying as a team and doing those types of things. What, for each of you, what's one lesson about life that basketball has taught you?
That's a good question. I would say consistency. There's games like we've had last year where it's only been, we play our butts off for the first 2 quarters, and then third quarter comes, and, we just lose the game. We're losing control of the game. And consistency is key, not only in basketball but in life at the same time, because, it's your everyday thing, and if you're not consistent with it, you're just going to create bad habits.
I'd say it's just a roller coaster. You go up and down each game, and throughout each game, you can have a bad shooting night, and you can have a couple weeks bad in life, but you just got to keep pushing through to try to get that win at the end, as the end goal.
What's your favorite thing to this? Is a lot more fun. What's your favorite thing to do on a long bus ride home after a win, especially?
For me, I would say the food, because Coach always got us with food on the way home, and whether that be pizza or something, just kind of like bonding with the team. Always, especially after a win, it's a good ride home, especially.
If it's a bad loss, I'm either going to sleep, or hopefully the game will be uploaded on Huddle, so I can go ahead and watch that and watch some film. But if it's a win, I'm gonna be having some fun with my boys.
Guys, thanks so much, Coach. All the best this season. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having us out. We appreciate it.
Head Coach Michael McBride of Floyd Central. We'll hear from Rock Creek head coach Chris Brown right after this, live from Boom Boss. It's Glycod.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the neighbors first before buying a house.
What?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back to the Southern Indiana High School Basketball Preview Show. We are live at Boom Baz. Thank you for joining us on Glycod. Chris Labar with Andrew Grants. Todd Carter is here as well. Up next, it's Rock Creek head coach Chris Brown. Chris, 30 seasons. What's it like for you at this point in your career?
I couldn't tell you. It's a lot of first practices, a lot of sectionals and phenomenal gyms that I've played in, and a lot of road trips and a lot of great memories. I mean, if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't be doing it, and we're enjoying it and seeing kids be successful. So that's we're still in it.
Coach, you mentioned a lot of first practices. Here we are 3 days into this season. Can you just share a little bit about what you've seen so far with this team and some things that excite you?
A lot of running, a little trying to get them in shape, and we play a fast pace, so we got to get after it, and we've been aggressive and pushing the pace and learning some stuff, going back to basics. We lost a really good group, 6 seniors last year, so we got a lot of big learning curve to come up with. So not a lot of returning experience, but it's a great opportunity for these guys going in. So I'm excited for them. It's been a good first 3 days.
Let's bring in our student athletes. And guys, so I'm going to ask you, what is Coach, he just talked about getting you really in good shape for running in the season. So what have you guys done in the off season through the summer and into the fall to get ready for the season this year?
Most of the players on the team play a fall sport, but we also have had conditioning 2 to 3 times a week, and we also run outside of in-school practices with our team a lot in active sports.
Yeah, we do a lot of running. A lot of us play others fall sports, like he said. There's just a lot of running. It's a lot. Yeah.
Chris, you mentioned kind of a new group of players this year. What do you expect from them?
Well, we bring back one starter and senior, Carson Smith, and a lot of experience. And several of these guys have been in the program, with the team that made the semi-state a couple years ago. So they've seen it. They see the pictures. They know the guys. They watched Ladarius last night and on TV playing in college, and it's neat to see. And these guys, it's like, hey, it's our turn now, and that's the opportunity that these guys are trying to take upon themselves is hey, we got a chance to make our own mark. And had a great run before us, but they put a high level. But can we keep the bar or even maybe raise it? And that's our goals this year. Compete every time we step on the floor, play the game the right way, respect our opponents, and just put ourselves in a situation to compete and win for every single game that we come up against. That's our goal.
Coach, with the graduating the 6 seniors, how do you fill that leadership void? How do you develop the leadership with the younger guys?
I don't know yet. We're trying to figure that out. So quiet practices in some cases because, you got kids that aren't used to doing that. And they got a good run over the summer because it was kind of like, hey, all these guys are gone. It's your all's turn. And hey, we got to put the ball on the floor. We got to try to score. We got to set the screens and get the rebounds and the loose balls and scrap. And it's up to them. And so I think the light bulb has clicked. And, we had a good summer. The record wasn't good, but the competition we played was stellar and top to bottom, and competed, got some nice wins, and that at least gives you a measuring stick kind of where you're coming, and we're behind, like every coach would probably say, we're behind, definitely not anywhere near to playing any type of good basketball that we need to be playing, but that's also what makes it fun is these guys are buying in, and watching film already, it's like, what are we thinking here? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, that's good. At least you don't know. So at least they're observant enough to know, hey, I don't know anything. Let's learn this from the ground up. And that's basically what we're doing. We're learning from the ground up. It's a rebuild year for us, but I think we'll put ourselves in a nice situation by the end of the year.
Okay, for you guys, what part of your game are you personally trying to improve through this season? Anything in particular you want to see get better?
Yes, I think my one problem is that I want to see improve over the season is I need to stay positive through the ups and downs.
Probably like just effort, just going 100 at all times, Yeah.
Chris, your schedule this year, what stands out as you put the schedule together and the challenges that you'll face?
I'm playing West Wash twice. They're tough. I mean, Coach Minton's done a good job up there, so I get to see them twice. Picked up Doss across the river, Bethesda Christian, and we're in that Hatchet Hysteria, so I'm excited to go back up to Washington, play in the Hatchet House. Got a game at the Hoosier Gym. I'm excited about that. Picked up Brown County. Just a lot of new games, not just some new opponents, just new faces and new gyms. I mean, it's just like we got the greatest state in the world for high school gymnasiums, and I mean, I've played in a lot of great ones, and I got to coach in a lot of great ones for sure, a lot more than I played in. But and it's just an awesome opportunity for these kids. It's memories, it's learning, and again, we're trying to raise these guys up to be great members of society and just great young men, and have fun doing it, and make some good memories on the road playing in these places. But again, like I said, keeping, adding the Mitchell tournament and some of the other things that we did, that's going to give us some different looks, like I said, and picked up, I think we have 3 on the other side of the river, give us a different look from over there. So, we're excited about that. Like I said, it'll be a challenge. Brownstown's coming in. I mean, we still got some heavies for sure. So, and then a lot of our good rival games too. So we're looking forward to it.
For the players, who is a player that you look up to or you try to model your game after?
In my game, I feel like I try to master my game over Minton Thompson just because his mentality on the court and how he plays defense. I feel like I'm more of a defensive player.
I'll say Shea. I like his swag, his style. He's a winner. I like to win, so, yeah.
What do you guys like to do to get hyped up before a game? Anything in particular that stands out you like to do?
Really roughhouse each other, play fight with each other, and listen to music.
What do you like to listen to?
Young Boy.
Music. That's it. Just music.
Coach, thanks so much for stopping by. Best of luck this season.
Thank you for having me.
It's head coach Chris Brown. We thank him and his Rock Creek student athletes for joining us tonight. Up next, it's Ryan Miller, head coach of Providence, and we'll have that for you in just a moment live on Glycod.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the neighbors first before buying a house.
What?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Ryan Miller, head coach of Providence, joins us next. Ryan, in his sixth season, he's won 74% of his games at his alma mater. What's been the key, Coach, to the success that you've continued to have?
Well, first of all, thanks for having us on here tonight. Appreciate all you guys do for Southern Indiana High School athletics. Just good, coachable kids who play hard, and a great coaching staff too. So a lot of good guys throughout the years that have been with me from day one, and added some new guys this year too. So that's the key: surround yourself with good people.
We were just talking during the break here. You graduated 4 senior starters, so that's a lot of production that you lose, but yet you're bringing in 7 seniors this year. So returning a lot of guys with that experience and upperclassman mentality. Just talk about those guys that you lost, what it means to replace them, but also bringing in another group of seniors ready to take on that next step.
That's right, Coach Grants. You know that goes each year. At the high school level, you're going to lose some, and you got to hope the next guys are ready to step up. Of course, we did lose, senior starters, Preston Kempf, Drew Kelly, Whitlock, Hewitt, 4 guys that have been with the program throughout and really knew the system, and I was so proud of them. As I tell the boys still this day, I was so proud of the maturity that they came to get throughout the course of the last year and the discipline they played with. Now it's these guys' turn. Our lone returning starter is Elijah, but these other guys, along with several of their other teammates, are battle tested. They are experienced. Just because they didn't start doesn't mean they haven't been through some of the battles, and they've been in our program for 3 years, so they know the system, they know the drills. As a matter of fact, at practice today, I said, I'm tired of explaining drills to the young kids. I'm not doing it anymore. It's your all's team. You're doing it. And they said, we got it, Coach. So that's what you want from senior leaders.
Let's welcome in a quartet of Providence Pioneer student athletes. We will start from left to right. It's Drew Cassis, Elijah Fuller-Tucker, Drew Beckert, and Max Fisher. Guys, what does it mean to you to wear that Providence uniform?
So, man, it is good to, to learn from the seniors and the other upperclassmen that, that came before us, and, to show what it means,
Coach, I know they've had a tremendous meaning on your program in terms of the value that they provide to your program, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you want. You want the boys who are going to stick it out, and not every kid gets that opportunity to play as a sophomore. And the fact that you have those seniors, that's what you really appreciate them. You appreciate what they've sacrificed, and as a senior that they've stuck it out, and now it's their turn to step up and to uphold the standard, right?
That's a question for Elijah. Sorry, Andrew. Sorry to cut you off there. Elijah, the only returning starter, is that correct, from last season? What sorts of goals do you have individually this season?
To be a better leader, better teammate, and just to play hard. That is our standard and our culture. Just to play hard every minute, every single game, and hopefully everybody else follows suit.
Question for each one of you guys, kind of going down the road. Give me one specific goal that you have, a team goal that you have for this year.
I think this year, just to grow on what we did last year. We won a sectional, but we've always wanted more.
We set a goal in the summer saying, every day we're just going to get better and compete, and that's what we plan to do.
Ryan, your school's had so much success on football, continued with Coach McDonald. What's the communication like with you two throughout the course of the season?
Yeah, I feel like our cultures match up really well, which is great, especially when you have several boys where there is some carryover between the two sports. So it's nice to know that we're preaching the same things, we believe in the same things, and yeah, we're definitely pulling for them. It's been awesome to see for our school and our whole community to see, football, basketball, volleyball, across the board, boys and girls sports. Just really, I think that that feeds off of each other. Just in terms of the expectations and the standards of trying to do the best you can, trying to uphold excellence, and that winning is the standard. So it's really great to see that across the board for all of our student athletes, and we're grateful that our student athletes get those opportunities across the board.
Question for you guys, a little fun one here. Funniest person on the team, who is it?
I got to go with the guy to my left, Duke Beckert. You know, it's always his one-liners during like drills or whatever. You know, just keeping the energy high. You know, just like keeping basketball fun. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what we're here for.
In my opinion, I think I got to go with Max. Just the energy he brings, especially when the little kids aren't paying attention the best. He's always on them to do better, and it kind of gets me. Kind of is pretty funny at times.
I would also have to say Max Fisher because, you know, day in, day out, you know, you are tired and your body starts to wear down. But Max brings that energy and charisma that just pulls everybody in, and it really makes my experience better.
Yeah, so have Max here too for sure. So yeah.
What's your favorite gym to play in?
Favorite gym?
Yeah, favorite other than home gym, of course.
I liked playing at Carmel last year. You know, playing on that big of a stage. Like, not every 2A team's playing at Carmel on their senior night. You know, and it was that's obviously the standard been set with this program that we want all the big dogs. So,
I'd probably say my personal favorite was definitely New Albany. This year is probably the most packed I played in front of, and it was really just a cool place to be in.
I would have to say Jeff, especially since that's basically my home city. I just love going out there and you know, hearing the fans chirp a little bit. You know, I love it.
Something personally, I would say also the Carmel too.
Carmel is Drew's alma mater, but it's so cool to hear all of them have a different answer for a different reason, and that's why it is so awesome just to be here in Southern Indiana playing that basketball, getting to play that level of competition in these environments like you don't really get anywhere else. So it's awesome.
Coach, if you could describe this team, I know we're only 3 days into official practice, but if you could describe this team in one word, I know it's a tough one, what would it be and why?
Well, they don't have an option, and they know what they're going to be. It starts with the T. Tough.
Who's on the schedule that you want to talk about?
Yeah, it's an interesting schedule. Our schedule's turned over by 50% in the past 2 to 3 years. I blame you all. No. We blame our former players for that, but that's a good problem to have. We want to play teams that want to play us, and we want to play the best. You know, we love playing our local schools. Those natural rivalries are a lot of fun. But, you know, when those don't exist across the board, they do a lot of them. I was just talking to my buddy over there, Coach Kerberg, and some of these other guys, like, really appreciate all the local schools that want to play because we want to play them. But, you know, when you have turnover by 50%, you're going to get some new teams like a Northview. I didn't know, but they're in the Hall of Fame Classic this year. So we know those are usually 4 of the best teams in the state. So we'll get them. Great program, clearly. Of course, some of our local rivalries that we still maintain, but Scott County, Kentucky. We get to go up to Hoosier Gym, which I know you took the Pioneers up there several years ago, which I'm sure will be a good time. Get to play Warsaw and then go play Orleans, Forest Park, and some other teams like that along Roncalli, our Catholic buddies up there in Indy, and Carmel, et cetera, and a bunch of other obviously great local teams that we oftentimes play, and some new ones. So we're excited for all of them.
And a grad of Providence as well. Got to have you are right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a sentimental meeting to lead them.
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's great. You know, you get to look up in the stands at events, and you know some of these boys, you know, their parents went to Providence, so it's kind of coming full circle, and that's what we want. It's a wonderful community that really has each other's backs, and it's a family-oriented place, and really blessed to be around. Like I said, the reason for our success is such quality people, such quality families, such quality young men, and it's going to be hard to uphold this year in terms of wins and losses because, as they said, we play some big dogs, but you can still be a winner and lose, and you can still and you can also do the opposite, right? You can lose and still be a winner. So our goal, as Max said, is we're going to compete and we're going to get better every day. If you do that, the rest of it takes care of itself.
Anything?
Yeah, Coach, my last question for you here is just how do you define success? Like you said, because when you play those big teams like that, what are those markers that you're looking at to define your success throughout the year?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and you know, as was alluded to, and these boys know, we've had top 5 win percentage in the state of Indiana these past 6 years, now going on year 7. But, sometimes, such is life too, right? You can't always win in life, and so these are going to be valuable lessons for our boys this year. We're going to be resilient. We're going to be tough. We're going to win some big games, and we're going to lose some tough games too. We lost some tough games last year that we thought we had, the big rivalry games, and what did it ultimately drive us towards? Made us better, right? So that's the key. You got to strive and keep getting better. Like whether you win, whether you lose, I don't care. Are you competing? Are you getting better? If you're doing that, then we're going to have fun. We're going to improve, and it's going to be a good journey.
Ryan, thank you so much for your time and for your student athletes as well.
Yeah, appreciate, again, all you guys do. Your coverage is phenomenal. I love going back on YouTube. I even watch the games we lost sometimes.
You mute the announcing, though, right?
No, that's good. That's good.
We'll step aside. More coverage right after this. We'll hear from Steve Kerberg of CAI next.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back to Boom Boss, 1450 Veterans Parkway in Jeff. We are finishing up our Southern Indiana High School basketball preview show. Let's welcome in Chi head coach Steve Kerberg in his second tour of duty over on campus. What brought you back, Steve?
I just can't get away from it. I love the game of basketball. I love Christian Academy, and I got to help there the last 2 seasons under Coach Casey, and the opening came open, and just in a better season of life as far as the business that I work at, and able to commit the time and the energy. Because if I'm going to do something, I want to do it with all my heart, and it's a big commitment, and I'm excited for that commitment.
Tough question here, Coach. Your first go around, it's when you're coaching and you're in it, you can just get caught up with the day-to-day. You've had a chance to step away, kind of see it from a different perspective. Now getting back into it, is there anything differently that you kind of plan on doing, or some things that maybe you were able to step back and see and learn having stepped away as the head coach?
Not really. No, it's you forget when you're away. I got to go work with Coach Shannon for a couple years, and then Coach Casey for a couple years. And when you step back in the role of a head coach, you forget all the day-to-day stuff that you have to be concerned with. I'm not trying to exaggerate. It's something every day that you forgot that you had to do this year. So I don't always I didn't miss those things necessarily, but I miss being on the court, and I miss teaching the game of basketball and the camaraderie, and I love it, and it's something I can't get away from.
Let's bring in our student athletes, Noah and Zeke. What sorts of things have you done this summer to get yourselves ready for the season this year?
Train with a trainer and just
put a lot of reps in, got a lot of shots up every day. We got to play together over the summer, got to get acquainted to each other and how we're going to play this year, and just grow closer together, got a lot of reps in.
Same goes for me, just lots and lots of reps over and over, get better, so I can help my teammates out in any way I can, and just lifting to help them out, or lifting weights to also help them out, because, I mean, it just helps your team.
Steve, this group won the sectional last year. What are your expectations this season?
Well, we've had the privilege. We've won 5 sectionals since 2015, so that's really proud of that for our school. To win back-to-back sectionals with the parity that's in sectional 63 has never, 3 in a row has never been done before since class basketball. So, or at least for our sectional with the teams in our sectional. So, that's a goal that's always there for us when we prepare for every season. We want to cut down nets, but we look at the regular season always as practice games. Every day, every game is a practice game for us. We kind of have a motto this year. 463, everything we do is for sectional 63 this year, and every rep that these guys were talking about, except for Zeke's golf game. I mean, I don't count those reps, but every rep, every day at practice, every actual game is really only a practice game for March. That's the way we really look at it, because we have such a young team and lost so many seniors last year. We want to learn every day and get tougher every day, and just become better as a team every day.
Yeah, we mentioned Zeke's golf game. I was fortunate enough last year to help out with the Kai golf team just a couple days a week, and I saw this guy hit some unbelievable sand wedges, like 170 yards. I've never seen anybody swing a club so hard in my life. But talking about just basketball, but just sports in general for you guys, what are some life lessons that you've been able to, throughout your sports career, learn along the way that's going to help you once you graduate?
How to work hard. It's not always easy. You don't always want to get up, go to practice, but to make that decision to go anyway, work your butt off, get better every day, even when you don't want to, it's going to help later in life, because you're not always going to want to, but sometimes you have to anyway. And then the camaraderie we have, a brotherhood that loves each other and is willing to go through a wall for each other.
Definitely, just like you said, like being a good leader, just being an example any way you can for all your teammates, and also something you learn is how far you can push yourself, you push your body. It's just, you wouldn't have learned it otherwise, and you definitely get to see it in the game of basketball, and it's a lot easier when you have a bunch of your teammates to help you out.
What sorts of goals do you have personally as far as how you want your game to get better this year? Any thoughts on that?
Well, outside the game, obviously, give glory to God any way you can, and then inside the game, just keep putting in work, getting all the reps in, just so I can make my game the best way it can be all the way around.
Steve, you mentioned this. You've assisted some really good coaches. Have you picked up any specific things, or what things have you picked up from them that you want to implement this season?
The number one thing I picked up from Coach Shannon was to get a double shot of espresso, and I do that now. He's became one of my great friends, and I count that as a privilege to have spent that time with him. Towards the end of his career at New Albany, it was really special to be there with him. I genuinely consider him a strong friend. Got to work under a guy named Tim LaGrange for 2 or 4 years. He took Jasper to the Final Four, took Jeffersonville to the Final Four. He's I consider him a mentor of mine. Also got to work with Jimmy Just, a pretty well-known coach in Louisville for a couple years. And then one of my best friends, Coach Casey. It was kind of neat to go back. He was my assistant for, I guess 8 or 9 years. And then I got to go back and work for him a couple years. So I enjoyed that a lot. And again, he's like my brother. So it was interesting to take that role, but it wasn't difficult at all to step in with him, because he did a great job carrying on what we tried to build at Christian Academy. And it's not about me whatsoever, but when I got there the first time around 2012, I think we'd had 7 coaches in 9 years or something like that, and it was a difficult process to kind of build, but really I'm sure every coach said this tonight, but I have the best kids We have phenomenal young men that have given everything so far this summer and beyond everything we've asked them to do. So couldn't be more thankful for that. And Christian Academy is just a phenomenal school. Got to teach there for 5 years, and it's just the Christian education that it provides and the high-quality education. I couldn't speak higher of it.
Coach, whenever I was coaching at Providence, coaching against you, you were one of those coaches, one of those teams that just frustrated the heck out of me every single season. What about your system that you implement just allows you to do that and be that challenge for teams that you face?
This will probably sound like a weird answer, but I think if you want to be a head coach in Southern Indiana, you have to be kind of obsessed with it. You just talked to a guy, Ryan Miller, who's like that. You know, he's obsessed with it. You think about it constantly. You're always trying to figure out how to get better. You're trying to prepare for each opponent differently. And while you're doing that, you're also looking ahead to your sectional the whole time, trying to say, what do we really need to be good at to have a chance to cut down nets? But, yeah, you don't give yourself enough credit. Your teams were impossible to score on. So,
guys, let's ask you a fun one, and that is it's a long road trip home after a big win. What's your favorite thing to do to occupy your time?
Probably just crack jokes in the back of the bus. I mean, you know, just like to talk.
Okay, I'm going to follow up. Who's the funniest guy on the team then?
Porter Ritchie, probably. Just always got something goofy or clever to say, you know.
Yeah, depends on how I'm feeling. If most of the time I'm wide awake, so yeah, I just have fun in the back of the bus with all my teammates, and then if I'm tired, I'll just take a nap. I'm pretty good at that.
Coach, I appreciate you stopping by, and best of luck this season.
Hey, we really appreciate you guys having us, and yeah, it's going to be a fun season with a lot of talented teams in the area. And again, thanks for having us and everything you guys do for Southern Indiana.
That's Coach Kerberg of CAI. We thank his student athletes as well. One more break. Be back to wrap things up on Glycod.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
State Farm helps make renter's insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Teresa Lamb in New Albany today.
Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas that claims hundreds of lives and makes thousands ill each year without warning. CO can be produced from grills, furnaces, even the fumes in your car. It can build up indoors and poison anyone who breathes it. But keeping your home well ventilated and purchasing carbon monoxide alarms from any hardware or home improvement store can reduce your risk from this invisible danger. This message is funded by the Floyd County Health Department.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back to Boom Boz, putting the finishing touches on a great night. It was the high school basketball preview show here in Southern Indiana. Andrew Grant's Todd Carter for the final time. Guys, your thoughts on the season coming up?
You know, the one thing that stood out to me that I heard a lot of coaches say was they love their team chemistry. And so I don't really recall a time this early in the season where so many coaches were excited about their team chemistry. So usually when you have good team chemistry, you have good basketball. When you have good basketball, you have some exciting games ahead.
And Todd, the stories always write themselves. There's so many interesting storylines to follow this year.
Absolutely. There are some good ones. You got to hear from some new coaches, some old coaches who have come back, and certainly some players who are ready to play, and I think some really intense coaches, just as those last two, I think, sort of point out. But they were all night, and so bring a lot of enthusiasm to the game. I think we'll have some good games this year.
For both of you, what sort of challenge can Charlestown pose to Silver Creek this year?
Yeah, that's going to be, tough. Charlestown has so much talent. They have guys that can score the basketball and get up and down, but then Silver Creek is just so deep, too. That's going to be the sectional, I think, to watch as far as the competitiveness. And then you have Brownstown that's not in our immediate area. But, man, 3 teams that coming out of that sectional all have a legit shot at making a run at a state championship.
Sure do. And that game on December 2nd is going to be a big one. But they're all big. That's early season. It'll be a nice measuring stick for both of those coaches. Hey, what do I need to do to get better? Because I'm probably going to see that other team in that sectional. Pretty good shot of it, at least.
And Floyd Central Coach McBride inheriting maybe a tough situation in year one, but you get the sense they're going to be better than they were last year.
I would believe so. I would believe so because there's certainly talent there, and his pedigree is such that I really think that they will be a lot better. And as he said, football's winning. The girls' team is quite good, so it just creates an atmosphere that they want to win ball games.
When you look at that sectional, New Albany, I think, on paper has the most talent. It's a little young, but Floyd Central is going to bring the toughness and the physicality that you get into those sectional matchups, and you never know if you can catch somebody on an off night or it's have an off shooting night, low scoring game.
And because there's Jeff. Now they've got players that there's some maybe a little bit of drop off, even though Coach Wilkerson didn't say it. But I'll tell you what, he'll have them ready when it comes sectional time. So that's always a fun sectional to watch there in Seymour.
1A sectional 63, flip them in a hat this year. How do you guys see that playing out?
Yeah, there was a lot of talent that left that sectional last year. So a lot of players that are coming up for the first time, getting an opportunity. So it's really going to come down to what team is going to have the quickest growth in leadership as the season goes along.
I was going to say I'll tell you about the end of January because I want to see what some of these teams look like, especially there because there was a lot of talent that did graduate out.
So many stories this year. We invite you to follow Glycod all season long. We can't wait to bring you high school basketball this season. As you saw earlier, December 2nd, the first broadcast of Charlestown at Silver Creek. That'll do it for us. For Andrew Grants, Todd Carter, Joe O'Million on camera, and a special thanks to Boom Boz for having us. I'm Chris LeBar. So long from Boom Boz. You've been watching the Southern Indiana High School Basketball Preview Show live on Glycod.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Visit glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.